Well, he certainly knows what it's like to win this tournament, and the $100,000 first prize wouldn't be so bad either. But what other significance would there be for you to win this tournament today, Jason?
Well, Leslie, I think this would just cement me in Hall of Fame. You know, everybody tells you 10 titles and a few majors, and this would be my 3rd major in a row in this tournament, so I'm really focused. I'm ready to go.
Jason, thank you. You know, unlike the other semi, neither Robert Smith or Jason Couch have bowled on lanes 3 and 4 so far.
Interesting to see, Leslie, how these two in the semis will respond to that.
And the guy that had the most experience on 3 and 4 just got beat.
We'll see how it plays out. Things do change quite a bit. The TV lights are different than what the bowlers face, what you face against Kovaniemi in the round of 32. Here it's the emotional fireballer Robert Smith who throws the hardest strike and spare ball on tour. He and Eugene McCune can really crank it, but with the 50-foot oil pattern, perhaps a little bit of a different strategy.
Yeah, I don't know how much his power was to his advantage this week, because like we've been talking about through the entire telecast, ball just won't bite down the lane.
His day starts with a trip of the 4.
Yeah, a nice start for Robert Smith, or some of us call him affectionately Maximum Bob. Strongest strike ball on the tour, a rev rate of about 540, which would translate into about 540 revolutions per minute. This guy's no slouch either. This guy can really bring it.
Only lefty. In the final 4 of our TOC, great start in the pocket for Jason Couch.
You know, the thing that's most interesting when you talk about Jason Couch and his success in the Tournament of Champions is his last 2 wins came on a 45-foot pattern and a 49-foot pattern.
220.8 average score this week. Strike percentage certainly lower than what we're used to seeing. That's because the oil pattern much different. 50 feet, unprecedented on the PBA Tour.
And Jason Couch using 2 different balls. Stronger ball in the left lane. Ooh.
7-pin.
Boy, and a real good shot there.
Shot.
Hawkins in just a hair light. This is a real good shot. Just left, or just right of the second arrow where Jason's playing. Ball's just a little light in the pocket, leaving a weak 7. 25 out of 26 on single pin spare conversions this week.
As the Miller High Life spare ball picks up the 7, gets his mark. Now we mentioned that Ryan Schaefer won 2 years ago his last title, Las Vegas, on a 48-foot oil pattern. The last TOC championship that was held by the PBA Tour in the year 2000. That's when Jason Couch bowled in Lake Zurich, Illinois, near Chicago. That was a 49-foot oil pattern, so he likes the long patterns as well.
Yeah, he really likes the long patterns because Jason is a lot different than most left-handers. Most of the left-handers like to play closer towards the edge of the lane, closer towards the channel. Jason Couch likes to play in.
Back to Smith. 10 in the pit. The National Finals Rodeo features the top athletes of professional rodeo competing in a series of events, including bareback riding, steer wrestling, saddle bronc riding, and much more. Don't miss all the action today, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, here on ESPN, 1 o'clock on the West Coast. That's the National Finals Rodeo today at 4 o'clock Eastern. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Huge event in that sport, and the pinnacle of our PBA season as well.
Yeehaw! That rodeo is huge. We actually had a tournament going on at the same time the rodeo was there, the mixed doubles event that we used to have in Vegas. Couldn't get a room anywhere. I had to sleep in my car all week.
Really?
No.
I hope ESPN Instinct shows you, Smith, looking for help. Doesn't get it with a 10-pin.
Well, it looks like the exact same hit that Jason Couch left on that lane, except on the right side. Robert Smith this week has altered his game a little bit. He's got a modified 4.5-step approach, but he started holding the ball a little bit lower, and what that does is it kind of shortens his backswing up a little bit. It helps him to throw the ball a little softer.
All right, got that out of the way.
That was not soft. Blistering spare ball on the 10-pin for Robert Smith. We mentioned he did so well in Japan as he won the Japan Cup over Chris Barnes, 224 to 222 in the final. That was in September, though. Between then and now, no TV show for Robert Smith.
I'm sorry, Dave.
So he tries to get himself back in gear. Been a long time since he's made the TV show. Back to Couch and a 7-pin.
Strikes hard to come by this week. 10% lower than normal for the year, but you see where Robert Smith was. Robert Smith was way down, but you know, because of the format and the draw, he had the lowest average of anybody in the field.
Spare percentage numbers pretty impressive across the board, although 80% was for Healy Jr. Now we talk about the strike numbers, Randy. No 300 games throughout the entire TOC. During the regular season, more than 3.08 per tournament on average, including you a couple times this year. In fact, in back-to-back events.
Back-to-back.
There you go. Let's get it right.
There wasn't going to be any 300s this week.
Yeah.
If somebody shot 300, it was going to be by pure luck, because the lanes are they're just too difficult. Norm Duke bowled a great game last night. Yes. But Patch Gallen did bowl 299.
Strike in the fourth for Jason Couch.
We were talking earlier about what this guy's done at the beginning of the year and kind of the decline the rest of the year, and he told us that it's been the giant mental and emotional roller coaster for him all year.
He said last night to us, too many expectations after winning the Japan Cup. He was thinking, man, I'm going to be bowler of the year. I am on fire, and all of a sudden,
go left. Go
talking to
go
it.
Right. Hold. I don't.
Just
do whatever you feel like doing.
Just don't give me a split.
Boy,
right.
It sounds like me bowling this week, just mass confusion.
Guess it's nice to know I can miss 8 left and get a 4-pin.
He didn't. I guarantee he didn't miss 8 left, but it might have felt like it. You missed 8 left on this. You missed the head pin going away left.
As confident as ever now, though, picks up his 4-pin and his mark.
That was terrible.
Robert Smith has got the most unusual grip on tour. It's called the Sarge Easter grip. He puts his middle finger to the first knuckle. His ring finger goes all the way to the second knuckle. That's conventional, and the other one's fingertip. His spare ball, he uses his ring finger and his pinky. The most amazing thing about it, though, is he has, like what we talked about, 450 or 540 rev rate with his strike ball. With his spare ball, it rotates about 4 times.
See that spare ball in action. Leaves the 2-pin. That's what's left for his mark. So after winning the Japan Cup, 17th in Wichita, 6th in KC, and then a slide. 84th in Memphis, 131st in Chicago, 35th in Detroit, 71st in Grand Rapids. Just could not get himself going. But with his unusual grip, picks up his mark.
Yeah, and you can see that ball. It almost looks like a knuckleball coming right out of his hand. The tremendous power of Robert Smith. You want to know how to cut it down? Drill a conventional ball and use your pinky and your ring finger. And then throw it really, really hard.
Yeah, he is throwing it hard, folks.
In the pin?
Be
In the gutter?
fooled that the revs are low. It's just the delivery and release, and the numbers this week for Smith. Strike percentage rate certainly down from his standards. And he was joking last night to us about the 203 average. He said, boy, I've got low average of the final 4, that's for sure. But that's because of the conditions, and the bottom line is he has survived.
Yeah, and with him, it's normally the other way around. He makes a telecast. He's got the highest strike percentage. And usually a pretty big average to go along with that.
Back to the lefty. In the pocket for Couch.
On the right lane, he's using a medium strength bowling ball with medium surface, ball that just kind of rolls. On the left lane, he's using a ball that just rolls immediately with a lot of back-end reaction. He's using a stronger ball or a higher friction ball in the left lane, lower friction ball in the right lane, and that way he can stand and look in the same spot and throw, even though he's throwing 2 different bowling balls, he can throw each ball the same.
Looks for a triple. Strike here, he's got a 12-pin lead. With the other strike ball, comes in a little high from that left side and leaves 2.
Stay behind it.
Okay, and what Jason means by this is when you turn early for a left-hander, the ball is going to go to the right. And this ball definitely goes right and cuts right through the heart. He gets a nice break, though, tripping the 8 and the 7 out, just leaving himself with the 2-4.
Just one loss in match play through his 3 victories to get to the final day. For Jason Couch from Claremont, Florida, tells us last night the entire city near Orlando is tuned in today to watch him bowl. His daughters, Courtney and Haley, watching closely as well. Right now in a great match with a power thrower, Robert Smith.